everybody. Or welcome to Sanity Lost Season 2. It felt like we weren't going to get there, but we're here. I also, in passion of Sanity Lost, I forgot to share my audio. So, it's like we never left.
Normal.
There we go. That's there. So yeah, if anyone watched any of season 1, you're like, this cast looks a little different. Well, to that I say correct, because unfortunately John and Elizabeth were not able to we were about to record, and then just their schedules were insane. So thankfully Anime and Blackjack were able to join us. So I figure we can go around the horn real quick and give like a quick introduction. And since this is season 2, we can, as the normal thing that once again Elizabeth always hated, the banter, was what was the best season 2 of a thing, And you know what? I'll give the new guys a little bit of time to think. I'm gonna make Knight go first.
Oh, good. I love going first. It's so much fun to come up with something on the fly. I'm Knight. I do things on the internet. I play games with T-Pain. We do stream stuff. We do a lot of collab. Best season 2. For lack of anything else that I can come up with off the top of my head, I'm going to say Mandalorian was really good. Well, season 1 and 2 were really good, but it's really good. So that's where I'm going. Final answer.
All right, I'll agree.
You haven't watched
it. I know there's a snot baby and a metal man, and it's on Disney. So
that's basically everything.
100% true. Accurate.
Okie dokie. Well, I'll just go the way I see. We'll go in a circle. So on my screen, Anime, you're next.
Yeah, I'm Anime. I'm new to everything, but an old soul when it comes to games like this. I played every single system, but Cthulhu is new, at least for me. So second seasons. The only thing I can think of right now is, because I watched it recently, was the Telltale Walking Dead Season 2 game. Me and my girlfriend was watching that recently, and I personally like that season. Personally, it's one of my favorite seasons out of the 4. So that's where I'll stick with it. I feel like there was a lot of growth and development from the first season.
I remember that, sort of.
It's a while ago.
I remember the end of season 1. It made a lot of people cry.
Yeah, of course it did. It made the voice actor cry.
Good. I don't know. And then last in the game, but certainly not least, our good friend Blackjack. How you doing?
Hello, yes, it is I, Blackjack. I'm doing all right. Season 2s, I had to think about this, and I'm like, man, I don't ever think about seasons for a show. I just kind of am like, hey, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. I actually started thinking about games that had more than one disc in it, and I was like, does that count as a season?
I like disc 2 of Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Well, you close. I was gonna say disc 2 of Final Fantasy VII, but then I started thinking about let's really think of shows that like I've watched and what seasons that I like. I almost went with Naruto's second arc as like the season 2, because that's the Chunin exam, and that is it really did a very good job of kind of ramping up without overpowering everybody. But then I remembered, because season 5 is now out, and I want to watch it. The Harley Quinn cartoon, season 2 is incredible, and really did a good job of taking what they did in season 1, where everything is just like, aha, it's all vulgar and hilarity. It's like, what if the Gotham criminal villains were like kind of like a little bit relatable and actually had like human personas that like you can see every single day, and they're like, you know, and all their troubles and whatnot. And then what if you just took that and then actually made it a story into season 2, and then have relationship turmoil between like friends and you know, all the villains and everything like that, and, you know, the growth of like Batman and Detective Gordon and whatnot. It was just such a fantastic episode, and it really did a fantastic job of paying off the viewers in season 2. And there's like, even the future seasons don't really match what they did in season 2. So that's what I'm gonna give my nod to.
Yeah. Whenever I think of, I guess, what would be considered season 2 of Naruto, because it just played on Toonami. I didn't realize there were seasons until later, looking at Wikipedia. But all I kind of remember of that is the many anime music videos that would come out of Trapped Headstrong and Linkin Park. I'm forgetting
any 3 or 5 of the main Linkin Park songs.
Yeah. What is it? I'm about to break. And then they turn into Red Naruto with tails.
Yes.
I forgot all their names. But yeah. That's what I think of when I look back at Naruto. Which, I don't know. Depends on how. You know what? That I'm against my will. TikTok is forcing me to like be in the middle of this stupid the Air Child on Nickelodeon.
Avatar.
Yeah, that one. And then there was the second one. I don't know. This shows how much I watch it, but they're like, the second Aang, she was not
Korra.
great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Korra.
I'm making so many nerds so mad right now. Millions of people just clicked off.
The second Aang.
The second Aang.
Yeah, that one with the ponytail.
You know, the one who wasn't bald.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm like, wow, a lot of people didn't like her. And I hear that almost every time I was like, I didn't care. Like, I know they're making a third one. A third Aang. That's just what I'm going to call him now. This just also reminds me of back in the Among Us days when Blackjack and Hop both yelled at me for not knowing what a waifu was.
Yes. Shame on you.
Yep. Yes. So I'm trying to think, because in the first season, I tried not to ever answer any of my questions. And now I'm sitting there.
We made you answer your own question.
Yeah. But now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I have gone on record so many times that I can never get into anything with a season 2. And so I'm like, I'm going through my head. I'm like, there's only 2 that I remember. Gravity Falls season 2 and Twin Peaks season 2.
Oh my god.
What about shows with the season 3?
You'll be lucky if I get to the end of season 1. I watched episode 1 of the new Fallout show. Loved it. I'm like, this is cool. I'm because I love the Fallout games. I know exactly what's happening. It was like, oh man, insert spoiler talk right here, because I don't know if anyone hasn't watched the show that's like over a year old, but I'm like, I know exactly what's happening. It was like, I want to watch this. Never opened it up again. So, yeah. So there's that. But we're not here to talk about TV shows. We're here to talk about Sanity Lost season 2. And now I have new musics. So let's click this. Mainly because I can't actually get the horror soundtrack unless I pay money on their app. And I'm like, I don't want to pay money on the app. This is the other thing. I clicked through this multiple times to see what music fits better. So we'll just do this one. Wait, there's a snow one. That would fit better. Even better. There we go. Haha. nothing's changed. You thought I would have gotten better at this? No.
Like always. Like we did for 2 years. Almost, what, 2 years? Close to?
Yep. 2.5 years.
Doing it live.
Yep, but I can do this. Wind.
Wind.
Thunder. Waves.
That's not Captain Planet.
If we have waves, you got bigger problems than just a snowstorm.
Here, I got this. And this. I thought that was like a deformed cat for a second. Yeah, so this season we are using a different service that is a lot cheaper than the one I had before, called Pocket Bard. They have a lot of neat things. They have a lot of different scenes. We are not sponsored by them, but yeah, they got a lot of neat different things that hopefully we'll be able to use them. So, first off, you guys want a little mood setting for where we are?
Mm-hmm.
As I open up my notes.
Yeah.
So, it is a certain time that I lost that in my notes. It is March 12th, 1993. It's a Friday night. Pretty much we're sitting in, we're traveling down a road, down Main Street as we're seeing kind of businesses closing up. Maybe some of the different restaurants and bars are staying open a little bit later. We passed by Spanky's Restaurant and Lunch. I don't know if that still was existing at this time, but it was on the map I took a screenshot of. As we see kind of just cars and everything on a pretty, it's cold. But our camera kind of drifts down and maybe goes into a bar as the normal Patreons are in there getting their drinks and getting everything, and we kind of see a news report pop up as this on the grainy TV, as someone, you can kind of hear just, oh wow, there's interesting weather, and then the barkeep walks up and just smacks the side of the TV and plays with the rabbit ears as it kind of focuses in and just, there's a storm brewing down south, as we were seeing, pretty much in the Gulf of Mexico. It seems like there's a storm, a major tornado that is going through, and it looks like from the air pressures it's going to come up pretty swiftly. So tomorrow, make sure that everyone is home, make sure your food is stocked, and that you're safe, because we're expecting a doozy. And it goes upon deaf ears as we are in the town of Newfoundland, Pennsylvania. A town in the Poconos that is quite comfortable and familiar with snow. And probably different citizens here have been laughing and joking about, and it's like, oh, yep, the city folk are freaking out about snow again. But it is now the next day. It is Saturday. Normal Saturday. Nothing's wrong with it. You guys go throughout your day, and pretty much it's getting near the evening. And I probably should have asked you guys this earlier, but where's the fun in that? I want you guys to give me a little peek at what your character is doing, to introduce your character, and what do they look like on a Saturday evening. We'll do this in normal fashion of, why don't we do a roll-off? We'll do it lowest. Lowest person will start, and we'll go around from there. While you guys roll that, you don't, pretty much, if anyone is unfamiliar with Call of Cthulhu, we roll percentile dice, 2 d10s, and when we get into skills later, we will be rolling under their score. So for example, if they have a 20 in climb and they're trying to climb a tree, They would roll that, and they would need to get 20 or lower to pass the score. There's different things as success, hard success, and extreme success that we'll get into when it comes up. And everything over that is a fail, and we'll get into the nitty-gritty of that when we get there. But I believe I gave everyone enough time to find their dice. So, Blackjack, what'd you roll?
3.
Oh, did anyone beat a 3?
No.
Okay. Blackjack, I'm glad you rolled your D4. So, what did you roll, Anime?
99.
Oh, Knight, did you beat that?
No, I'm square in the middle. Well,
Oh,
more towards the beginning than the end. I got a
Okay.
25.
okay. Well, there we go. We have our order. Blackjack, who is your character? What do they look? What is their home life for a Saturday evening? We'll say like the sun is starting to go down.
Yeah, the sun's starting to go down, and our boy Benny Jones is at home in his new home here in Newfoundland. He came from Princeton Junction, New Jersey, and he's moved out here to to work as a support engineer. But he dreams of one day having his own little tech shop that he can run and own. And he spends his little Saturday by himself, dreaming of just being able to enjoy the Poconos for more vacation and leisure, but is up late at night, hard at work, coding away and honing in his craft and preparing for any emergency that he may get called in for.
All right. So what do you think he's doing on a Saturday night? Do you think he's home? He's getting drinks? Doing a third option I haven't thought of?
Let's say on this Saturday, he would probably most likely be at home just chilling and, seeing, that the, what game systems are out, this one is this 94? So this would be SNES territory, or are we in NES territory?
Let's see. I can look that up for you.
I think we might just
Super
be in
Nintendo?
SNES territory.
Maybe Super Nintendo range, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I had around that age, around that time frame.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I kind of remember it being out around then.
Super Nintendo was out in August 23rd, 1991.
Oh, perfect.
In North America.
Then yes, he is definitely playing. He is definitely playing SNES at home
Hey.
and on standby because in case there's an emergency, he may need to get called in.
Now I'm like looking up random Super Nintendo games, like just to bring up something really silly.
I don't know if Super Mario World was out by then, but that's kind of what I wanted to lean towards.
He wasn't doing Harvest Moon or Kirby Superstar.
He
Barbie's
would have probably
Dream
been
World.
doing like Earthbound.
Barbie's Dream World.
Super Mario World would work. Would Earthbound work?
Mega Man X2. Oh, never mind. That came out 2 years later.
Too futuristic.
Earthbound is just making it.
There you go. I didn't realize. Well, I think I know, but I forgot. Killer Instinct was on the Super Nintendo.
Killer Instinct
Oh
is
my
so
God.
awesome. Just what an amazing fighting game.
It didn't come out yet, but
I know. Yeah. I think that I remember because my cousin got it when it first came out, and I think that was 96 or 97.
you want to know what just came out almost 12 days before this game, our game is set? Star Fox. It came out March 1st, 1993 in the USA.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, he's definitely playing Star Fox.
You got the pre-bundle.
He stayed outside of a Funko Land for hours.
Yeah, Super Mario Kart would have been out by then.
Toys
no,
R Us would
couldn't
have
play
been a
Harvest Moon.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta close this. I'm not looking at Super Nintendo games.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Nope, I closed it. But yeah, so pretty much we yeah, we'll close on the scene as we just hear kind of like the bips and the boops and all the doodly dads as like, do a barrel roll. Actually, I was probably Super Nintendo when that came out. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It did now. Yeah, as you are playing away. Knight, who is your character and what are they doing on this Saturday evening?
So Alex Mesman is a firefighter. I imagine that, especially with this storm coming in, he probably would have been. If you hadn't already been on this schedule, it definitely would have been pulled in to be at the station throughout the majority of the storm to help out as needed. So I imagine he's sitting at a table playing cards with other firemen at the station, and yeah, he's distant cousin to the Winters family of season 1. He's a reasonably tall, very well built firefighter. He would be pretty good looking, except for his face has extensive scarring from being caught in a fire as a youth, and that's part of why he went and pursued the firefighter career, because he didn't want to let anybody else suffer the same type of injury.
Nice, so you're just at the fire station, just chilling.
Fire station, just probably playing cards or something like that, hanging out, maybe having news on the TV or some sitcom on the TV in the station.
All right. Yeah, so they're just all playing, and I don't know, maybe if I can remember the names of the dumb characters I made.
Oh yeah.
One of these guys is a fireman. I don't know where all the information I wrote is because now I can't find it.
Fire chief. I didn't see any other fire.
Well, I saw the fire chief. I just forget what name he was.
Dawson.
There you go, Dawson. Yeah, I was like, that's the one I have here, but it's just for some reason I can't find out where to see any of the stuff I wrote for him. Any poops. Close that. Yeah, maybe he comes in and sees you guys playing. He's just like, oh, fun part. I need to figure out a voice for all these people. Just like, yeah, hey there, Alex. Hey there, Benevieve. I can't think. You nameless NPC that I didn't give a name to. Jeffrey.
Jerry Smith.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a friendship?
I was looking at your character list, and there's a Jerry Smith in there.
There is?
Yeah, you have the Smith family.
Yeah.
Sam, Sammy, Sam Jr. Smith.
The disposable Smiths you can use.
Yeah, because every town has a Smith family. Mm-hmm. That's what I wrote. Yeah, we'll say Sammy. Oh yeah, Jerry Smith. Yeah, because it's Sam. Sam's the dad. Sammy's the mom. Sammy Jr.'s the firstborn. Samantha's the secondborn, and Jerry is, well, we don't know where he came from. But
adopted.
Yeah, well, yep.
Shh! Don't tell anybody.
That's a spoiler for season 3 now. But yeah, so he looks at you guys and just like, yeah, it's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a long one tonight, and we're probably gonna get some of the old folks calling in, crying about something. So, you guys pretty much good for the night here?
So we got plenty to stay warm and stay entertained while we wait for anything that needs to happen.
All right. Well, yeah, pretty much. I'll bring a radio with me. Keep it on channel 2. That way, if I need to get a hold of you, we'll be good. I think the only other person that's got is probably the sheriff and the mayor. But yeah, we shouldn't really be have any problems. At least we're not expecting any.
At
Not our first snowstorm.
That Alex is gonna find just like knock on the table, just like knock on wood. Yet be too careful around that.
Oh, here, I got a sound effect for knocking on the table.
That's exactly like that.
Jesus.
And then, there's also this one.
Destroying the table, more like.
Oh man.
You know, this is the third one this month. I'll take care of it again as usual.
Thanks, said Jerry. Anyway, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna head out, and like he kind of sticks his head out. And he's like, no, looks like it's coming down now. So yeah, just make sure you are able to pull out if you need the truck tonight.
Drive safe. Give us the ring on the radio when you get home.
Yes, mother. And with that, he kind of gets into. He seems like a Ford Bronco kind of dude, like as he kind of just gets in there and just starts up the car because there were no electric cars in the 90s. A boomer's paradise. Anyway, he goes and starts just going down Main Street and in a direction I haven't chosen yet, and that's close to his home. Anyway, with that, we're starting to see the snow kind of fall down, trickle down a little bit, trickles more liquid. So kind of catching the wind and play as we kind of go maybe to a more isolated house. Anime. Who are you bringing to this game?
So I am bringing Jack Brees is his name. So from a very young age, Jack, while on a slight detour, his mother, who is from around here, had driven down to Hopesville Big Woods, and at the time he was not there yet. She had him close to this woods, and his entire life he's basically loved this woods. And so such a fact that he kind of built his own place around here. He's basically lived as a natureman for his entire life. He helps people with nature hikes, has done camps before, and he loves nature as a whole. However, being isolated led to him believing maybe things are not what they seem, and he thinks that a lot of things might be hidden away from society that people don't want to know. Such as the strange lights he sees at night in his cabin. So he's a loner. But he still does some good things, definitely. But yeah, isolated hermit, so to speak.
All right. So what do you think he's doing at his house now?
He on a weekend he is not at his house. He currently has made his way into the main town, actually, due to the fact that during the middle of the week he doesn't do much. But on the weekends, when people have free time, he actually helps people with nature hikes. So he's actually in town grabbing stuff, stuff like food, rations, and extra stuff, just in case, as well as collecting some from his own house and his own supply that he has in his little small basement he has under his cabin. And he was collecting things and getting some extra little bits and bobs right now. So yeah, he'd be in town at the moment.
Hey. Do you think he would be in the grocery store or maybe at the gas station, kind of getting?
He'd be at the gas station with the I believe the Ducker family. I believe.
Yeah. I think Trucker. I think there's an R in there. I can't read. Yeah, Truckers.
Trucker's family.
Yeah. So yeah, so Dan and Hope are in there, and Dan just sees you there and just like, oh, hey there, Jack. You getting everything you need?
Yeah, just but you got any more of those? I know sometimes you get some of those books. You got any of those books? The ones I've been buying from here.
I guess, yeah, let me, hey, Hope, did we get any of the Jack's books? And she's like, yeah, let me check in the back. And now I must ask, what kind of books are these?
So these are books that would be written by someone in their basement, where it's like aliens abducted my wife and stuff like that. He orders these from a person, and the closest place to the town that he can usually get to conveniently is the gas station. So he usually tries to get like all these books for his research.
Alright, yep. I'm just making sure that I don't make well, there's definitely going to be a joke coming, but I'm just like, I need to know the context of said joke, because you can get a lot of things at the gas station in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
So... yeah, and it's just... So, yeah. Like, yeah, so kind of Hope goes kind of like in the back room for a bit, and Dan, he kind of looks over and he's just, yeah, Jack, just let you know, as always, if the snow kind of gets a little bit too hectic out there, you're always welcome. We have the guest room set up for you if you want a place to stay. I know there's rumors that it's going to be hitting hard, but I don't know. Could only be an inch or two as normal. So, but just wanted to make sure that there was the invite for you.
I mean, snowfall's never bothered me too much, but I mean, if it gets up to my ears, I'll be sure to take you up on that offer. I mean, I bring a lot of supplies if I do, and we can hunker down for a bit.
Yeah. Snow doesn't bother you. There must be a song in there somewhere.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably someone desperate. Anyway, and then Hope comes back in, and yeah, she's, and this family is like they're like it's a couple like in their upper 30s, and their kids like Will and Ashley would be kind of like early mid-teens. Like they had to like do the math right there. Hold up a second. No. Yeah, because it'd be for around 40, 20. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, hold up. I didn't say they had kids when all of a sudden they're like, they had to be like 10 years old, right? Yeah, so, but yeah, they got like some young teens, and they're just like, yep, here you go, Jack. Will was, hope you don't mind, he was looking at one of them.
Oh, no. Which one was he looking at?
My mama got stolen by extraterrestrials and now live in Area 51. And now they need to save the world from an apocalyptic force and cheese.
I know that it doesn't make sense, but I believe these things, and I don't want to force it upon anyone else, so if there's anything I can do in return for maybe impressioning the youth by accident there.
Well, we'll think of something, but if we need it. But hey, we're not too worried about it.
Well, you're always welcome to my vegetable garden that I have.
All right, sounds good. Well, the snow's coming down. We don't want to hold you up.
Yeah. And as he's leaving, he just starts whispering, "So, alchemy creating gold," and he opens a book.
And yeah, so we meet our three people as the hours kind of dwindle on. Like maybe we see bits and pieces where we see Benny Jones like every once in a while like pausing Star Fox and looking over to see, just double check and the radio and the calls and everything, and nothing's coming in. It sounds like maybe a pretty quiet night for everybody. The Alex at the fire station, it's besides like a couple of the elderly that call in, just being like asking when snowplows are coming in, and just the normal stuff, saying, hey, don't worry, it's once the snow stops, like we can't plow while it's still coming down. and just kind of easing, but not really called out for anything. And Jack making his way towards home. And this is, I think, is a good moment because in season 1 we jumped around timelines a lot. We jumped in different things and we didn't really have a set map. But this one, I want to do something a little bit different. Where, if you guys look on Roll20, I found pretty much the map of Newfoundland. And so what I think would be fun as we go forward is to mark up the map where you guys are going, what you're doing, different missions and stuff that could go on later, because the players know where, like, pretty much what's to be expected. So, Anime, where would you mark Jack's house on here?
Jack's house, yeah. It'd be pretty out in the boonies. In this case, it'd be like off of this map slightly, but down towards the east side. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, so maybe I did it. But yeah, I want to just say, like, the gas station. Once again, don't know if this is where it actually is, but we'll mark them in red here. Right there's the gas station. I'll put it here. Yeah, so we're just filling it in, which pretty much, if I could spell their name right. Drucker's Gassery.
Drucker's Gassery.
Oh, there's a little dot here. I don't know what that... Oh, I can rotate it. I don't know how to... Let's see, can I make this smaller? So, anyway, and it looks like... Yeah, so pretty much for people who are wondering, this is not a one-to-one map of the world, where it is historical fiction. The event that is happening in this is a real event, but yeah, the oops, didn't mean to do that. Circumstances around it, not so much. Sorry to ruin anyone's imagination there.
How could you?
There we go. I wish I could lock this. Wait, I know what I can do. Psh. Then right click to the map. Now I won't accidentally click it. I'm gonna send Knight's thing to the map. Yeah, so of course this road doesn't have a name on it, but yeah, so pretty much Main Street is off of Main Street is where Drucker's Gassery is, and Knight has put the fire station. I don't know if that's where it actually is in the town.
Pretty close.
On
It's pretty close to the right spot.
Yeah, off of Crestmont Drive, and pretty much I don't know what the name of this road that is connected to it. It didn't show up on the map.
Panther Road, according to Google Maps.
What's
the
it
one
called?
The one that goes straight across from Crestmont is Panther Road.
Panther Road.
It's also where the post office is.
Oh.
Is basically just off the corner. There's a little ATM, and then there's the post office.
All right. Yeah, if you want to add that to it, we can. That way we have general ideas. pretty much the map got pretty cluttered when it tried to put everything on there, and I couldn't put just certain things. So, but I got the one important thing that will be mentioned later. But yeah, we can. How about this, Blackjack? Where do you think Benny, where he lives?
Yeah, I would think that Benny would live close by, because in the event that there is a catastrophe or a disaster, well, not like a natural disaster, but like let's say that something were to happen and power or systems go down, he would be just outside of like the school area, so probably. How do I echolocate and show you where?
Hold, click.
Oh, hold, click.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably around here.
Oh, thing again? I didn't see it. Okay, right down there.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I have himself a little log cabin right up there.
All right. On Log Cabin Road.
Yeah.
Where do you think that we got the supplies?
Here we go. Yeah. So if you wanna mark that on the map, we'll try to keep everyone's colors the same, so that way we know who's marking what. Yeah. So Brees cabin is pretty much straight south in a nondescript area. Do you think how far of a walk is it, or do you have a vehicle?
Jack has an old beater vehicle. Yeah. So he travels. It's about a 15-minute drive. It would be about an hour walk if he walked there. Just going through the denseness of the forest. If he gets up close to the forest, he knows his path pretty well. But if he has to come from the duckery, it's so dense that he has to take a little bit of a detour.
Sounds good. And for people who are watching this on YouTube later, I will make sure that as things get added to the map, like I'll have an updated thing whenever, at least close or near different parts of it, for each episode, so that way you can guys see where different things are marked and all that. So anyway, everyone's sitting there doing their thing. Maybe Benny can hear the rattle and the clank of Jack's car as it's going down, as the snow is falling, and a few minutes later your power goes out, and so does Benny have any backup generator or anything like that, or?
Yes, Benny would have a power generator that would keep him online for maybe an extra 30 minutes or an hour, depending on if it was charged beforehand or not. Mm-hmm. That would run in his house, but it would probably be a signal that it's the town's probably out.
And is correct, because at the fire station the power also goes out as well. Now at this point, we'll say maybe it was around 4 or 5-ish o'clock, maybe between 4 to 6, when we'll give it a good old solid 5:30 when Dawson was leaving the fire station. And now it's maybe close to 7:30, right around there. We'll give it a good solid 7:35. But yeah, so it is now dark, and yeah, it's just I could imagine you guys are playing, and maybe you had the news on mute, and it's just in sports, the Eagles did. Actually, it's March. There would be no football.
It's very interesting with it going like that on mute.
I mean, the Eagles fired their coach. That could possibly happen.
Yeah.
Eagles fired their coach, spring training in baseball.
Yeah. Well, we'll say this is just let's see, time to create fireman number 4. First one that popped in my mind. was a serial killer. Uh, gotta love this. But yeah, so we'll just say like, whatever. Jerry, maybe he's like, oh wait, I wanted to hear this, and he goes over and clicks it, and as soon as he unmutes the TV, it's just like the Eagles head coach, and is like, maybe he does that like.
Again?
I didn't do nothing. I just hit the button. I know my voice changed from 30 minutes ago in this episode, but hey, I'm just a side character that people are gonna forget exists. Hopefully.
I imagine that this kind of give each other a little bit of ripping like that anytime anything happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just I just hit the power button, and all of a sudden everything went doobity doops. I don't know what's going on, but do you think you get the chief on the phone?
I'll go check the generator. It seems like we're all off and all the power's out, and we need some power around here.
All right. And so
I can imagine that they would have had flashlights like on the table for expecting power to go out type of thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe the power generator is like in like you kind of have to go outside or whatever to get into to kind of get to where it's being stored.
I imagine it'd be like behind the building with just like a lean-to type of covering over it to keep the elements off, but not keep all of the exhaust from escaping.
Yeah. And pretty much as you step out of there, you can see that like what was only people were like, yeah, it's only to be an inch or two is very swiftly coming down. It is maybe been close to half a foot alone while you were sitting in there for the 2 hours as the snow is slowly building up, and you get to the generator. But as you look around, the whole city is dark. There's no lights. There's nothing. Maybe all you see is a couple headlights from different people. But yeah, it is pretty much from what you can see. Actually, no, you wouldn't see any headlights because I doubt people would be driving unless their name is Jack Brees. But yeah, no, the whole town is just pitch dark. And speaking about Jack, do you even have power at your cabin?
He has some basic power, yes, but for the most part, he does live by candlelight.
Alright. Yeah, so maybe like you get home and as soon as like you kind of get everything unpacked, it's just like the doom and like you're like whatever you run. Maybe it's just like a quick like maybe a radio or something like that. Like I would imagine he would have like a crank radio, but that's not what was plugged in at the moment.
Yeah.
So
he's got something to give him the news.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it begins to get darker and darker. And different people are getting their different things pretty much set up as like the fire station kind of gets their generator going. At Benny Jones, he gets his generator going to make his last minute calls and information passed along to who he can. And Brees is just like, yep, another day in paradise.
Yep, lights a candle, grabs some firewood.
And then, so pretty much, Alex, you come back in and you hear the radio crackling over, just like, fire department, can you pick up? And you recognize this is Peter Scale, the sheriff of the town.
So Alex take the radio and say, yeah, this is Alex at Fire.
Hey, I'm just letting you guys know the whole town's out, and with just seeing how bad the temperature's getting, the mayor and the fire chief, we all kind of did a quick call, and we're going to actually be enacting the emergency weather plan we're going to be meeting at the elementary school. Their generator's just freshly stocked, and it's an old one, but should work pretty well. So we're going to try to get as much information out there as possible, but we might need one of you guys to head down and kind of help get the generator and things warmed up, and might need another one to go and collect some others. But we're gonna try to get something over the ham radio and all that stuff. Pretty much, actually no, it wouldn't be a ham radio. They probably would have had a town alert thing, because I'm like, the ham radio would need power. But yeah, so we're gonna pretty much let an alert out, but we might need you to kind of get down to some of more farther reaches where the weather gets too bad, and maybe help escort some people there.
Good. We're just powered generator up over here, so we got light and stuff over here for now. But yeah, we'll get. Let us know when you want to start heading south, and we'll start bringing people in.
All right. Yep. Just as soon as you guys are ready, I think within the hour. I think Dawson said he's gonna head over there now to the school and kind of get things set up. So we'll leave it up to you and whoever else is there to figure out what's next.
Well, we'll start. I'm assuming that they would have the ability to send the messages to the town to kind of request people to start making their way in.
Yeah,
that'd be something that'd be more mayor side, I'd expect. But
yeah. Like you would know that they got like city council that would kind of go out and start going door to door to the people they can. Pretty much saying like, hey, we're gonna all be holing up in the elementary school. And
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess that the fire department would probably have access to some kind of snowplow that they could use as a means to move around town as well, to help clear snow and give people a way in. Because that kind of...
Oh, your mic's breaking up a little bit. Oh, Knight is cursing, everybody.
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh.
We'll be able to hear it in the YouTube video, but not right
Sure
now,
will.
as he's just saying everything that is not TOS friendly.
I mean, I'm glad that it happened right then and not like any other time, because it's definitely good that all that swearing didn't make it in. I knew I should have replaced those batteries.
So snowplow, pushing stuff around.
Yeah, so I'd imagine that they would have either the snow clearing crews on call that they could just call and say, hey, we need you to start making runs or coordinate with to do that. So I guess Alex, I'll get on the horn with the snow guys, and we'll get stuff coordinated to head south and bring the south side of town up.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be waiting for you. Yeah, when we can all convene at the elementary school. And like he kind of signs off. I imagine you tell Jerry, and as you kind of open up the doors which I imagine manually now, which probably back then you had to still manually open them. You can just see the snow kind of just piling up faster than anybody expected. And with that, it's the first of many end of the episode, and we'll see y'all, I guess, whenever I find out what the release schedule is for this show.
Stay tuned. You'll find out the same time Kane does.
Yep. Toodles.
Bye.